Now, literally, all through my 20s, to tell you the truth, pretty much until I sold the script to True Romance, I always had to live with roommates. All right, and this was sort of my vision of most of the roommates, or a lot of roommates that I had, is just guys that just planted themselves on the couch, and that's what they were. All right, as if they grew out of the couch and they never quite got up, and just constantly watched TV all the time. This scene is when we come back from the flashback, not the flashback, because well, it sort of is. All right, of Clarence telling the story of how he met Alabama and how he got Dretzel's coke. This is when we come back into the throw it. So this is like scene is like literally the beginning of the third act, and pretty much from this point on, this is the way the movie was. All right, now we're kind of caught up with the movie structure, the structure of the original script. This is the beginning of the third act. All right. So now the thing is, I'm really proud of the fact that when I write screenplays and everything, that like all the characters, even Dick Ritchie, is like, a full-bodied, full-blown character, all right? The closest thing to just a sketch that I wrote, all right, was Floyd. There really wasn't a whole lot to Floyd. He was a stoner. He's there sitting there on the couch watching TV, taking bong hits and everything. That was all there, but it was just a sketch. Brad Pitt took my little sketch and almost, as far as I'm concerned, steals the show. After the Sicilian scene, he almost steals the third act. He's so terrific in it. It's, to me, and he's since then proved it time and time and time again. But to me, he completely proved his chops as an actor in this movie, because I know what I wrote, and he did so much more than what I wrote, all right, that I just give him nothing but kudos, all right. He is the man in this movie. It's one of the most memorable characters in the film, and I really do. I think from the third act, he does kind of steal the show. And there's even an interesting thing about that, actually. Another interesting take on that. I remember, like I told you, my whole cast went to see the premiere of Reservoir Dogs, the premiere of True Romance when we were in rehearsals for Pulp Fiction. And the thing is, there's this, I think one of the coolest comedy moments as far as like watching the movie with an audience is people just keep showing up at the apartment and always having to deal with Floyd, and Floyd kind of sending them on their way. And it's a really great joke and gag that, like, it worked in the script, but it works 15 times better in the movie. That just kind of accumulates until by the end, the audience was literally pissing their pants laughing by the time that, all the Blue Society's Christopher Walken's gangsters show up at Brad Pitt's place. And Uma Thurman, who saw the film, we were talking about it the next day, and she had a very interesting take on it. She said that, there's a reason why the audience just clicks into Floyd. Because Floyd is actually telling the audience something. This is her theory, and it's a good theory. She says, it's like Floyd is telling us, the audience, how to enjoy this movie, how to watch this movie. You're an audience member, and you're watching it, you know what? Floyd's got the right idea. He ain't taking it all that seriously. He's just enjoying it. He's just taking his bong hits, and he's just dealing with what comes along. And he's having a great time. And, almost in a weird way, Floyd almost becomes even more than Clarence in Alabama, the audience identification figure, as far as the whole third act is concerned. It's an interesting theory.